Okay, welcome back to the Rock and Nole channel. Back once again with Stevie Breech. Steve Breech, however he wants to go by. We were just talking already, and like we could feel the excitement like percolating. We're so ready for Mania. So we're fired up. We're ready. We're gonna do our match predictions. However it comes out, it comes out. If ours are different, we'll see who has a better score. If we're identical, we're identical. However it is, man. We're not betting or anything. I don't know, but if we do, we do. It is Vegas, so we'll make it interesting. But yeah, so we're gonna do our match predictions, see who scores better. I told Stevie, and I might too as well. If you want to give scenarios in a match, go nuts. The time to do it. But he just mentioned something right before we went live that I think is real great segue into. Once again, thanks for coming back.
Oh, no worries. Anytime.
And I'm officially calling you a regular now.
There we go.
So you're required to. TKO is going to send you a contract for at least once a month. Your
there we
obligation to show up. But we'll get into Wrestlemania stuff, whatever. But we're going to hit the card tonight hard. But he just brought up a great point about the documentary coming out on Friday on Peacock's. Floor is yours. Welcome back. And if you want to talk about it a little bit, man, please.
WrestleMania 9 is looked at as one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. I recently, just this week, I watched WrestleMania 11 with Lawrence Taylor, Bam Bam Bigelow.
He was on my site last year.
Kevin Nash versus Shawn Michaels is one hell of a match. Yeah. Other than that, not really much going on. I'm just like, I thought that WrestleMania 9 is one of like the best looking shows. Mm-hmm. It's when you're watching the show, there's definitely like show stopping moments of like Bob Backlund versus Razor Ramon. I don't really know what was going on there, but I've got really good memories of WrestleMania 9. The first time I really saw WWE backstage when Shawn Michaels attacked Mr. Perfect.
Yep.
After his match with the Narcissist, I think it was. And you see
going to the Hall of Fame this year.
When the WWE video games, I think they're really honestly way too hard these days. But when I played them a lot, I would always select WrestleMania 9. I remember like being outdoors. I didn't even know you could have a wrestling show outdoors. But like I've got good memories of it. But the documentary is going to come out, show you how they built the WrestleMania. They put out a trailer today. I saw Undertaker's talking about how he didn't like the cameras back there because he was protecting his gimmick at the time, and you see him like really kind of threatening a cameraman. This is going to be really good. Yeah. It reminds me of right before WrestleMania 27, the true story of WrestleMania came out. I watched that and I was like, I want to get on the plane right now.
Yeah, they have a habit of doing like I mean, I was living down here, but I mean, still do. But when they did that, like Cena Rock after Raw, the Raw Monday before Mania that week, I just wanted I was like, Sunday can't get here fast enough. When they put their A team on a project, bottom line, it's incredible. But my question is, I haven't seen the trailer. Are they designing this as like not a hit piece, but just
I think it's
or is it to promote
they found a whole bunch of old footage.
Yeah.
And there's no better time than now. WrestleMania 9 was in Las Vegas. WrestleMania 41 was in Las Vegas. I think it's just we got a bunch of clips already. Let's put them together. It's funny because they filmed all this backstage footage to make a documentary, and then they ended up never using it. Until one day it just saw light on that true story of WrestleMania documentary. And I think it's going to be really, really fun. I really, really think it is.
Yeah, I agree. And people always wondered why they never went back to Las Vegas for so many years until now. I know Legion Stadium's new, but they had the UNLV Stadium nearby. It would have worked, but they just always seem to never pull the trigger on going back to Vegas.
They don't want people gambling on wrestling. That's what it is. They don't want people tipping the scales.
Yeah, in New Orleans, you can do it too now. Caesar's Palace right by the dome. But yeah, once the NFL embraced it. I mean, obviously, they want the grand stadiums. I get it. But they've had it in some stadiums that were, I mean, the Citrus Bowl, WrestleMania 24.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they put in about $2 million in making it look better. But I always wondered why they never went back there.
Oh, I remember WrestleMania 24. I didn't go. That was one of the WrestleManias that always almost was my first one. That one, like, they just sold the travel packages on WWE Shop. And I remember looking at those so many times, and like they actually put them on clearance the closer they got to the store,
Yeah,
and or closer it got to the show. And I
yeah.
remember a few times almost pulling the trigger on going to that show, but I just remember horror stories of them not really being like bathroom ready and the porta potties overflowed. And I think they just got a bad rap on that place.
Yeah, and the accident that took place.
Oh, the fireworks. There
Uh,
we
yeah,
go.
with the fireworks. Well, the first time I met the Young Bucks, it was in Fort Lauderdale, and they asked me like, "Oh, were you at that WrestleMania?" I said no, and they're like, "Yeah, that was the one where Taker's entrance." And like, I was like, "Wow." So, man, I'm pumped for that documentary. Thanks for telling me about it, reminding me about it. Um, but man, you ready?
I'm,
Anything you want to add before we dive into the card? You tell
you
me,
want to
man.
know how ready I am? I moved
Yes.
my flight again. I'm getting there earlier now. We're gonna get to a point where I'm flying in on Tuesday now. Almost. I got a flight
You
Wednesday.
might just fly with the WWE superstars from Sacramento
Yeah,
after Raw.
that's it. I got
One day.
11 o'clock in the morning on
Awesome.
Wednesday instead of leaving at 5.
Yeah.
And I just kind of kept looking at it like, why am I gonna go to work, then get on a plane and fly to Vegas? And so I was like, I got these sick days, I might as well use them. And yeah, I'll be cashing in the money in the bank that day, and I'll be flying in. I won't have to like worry about how I'm going to get to Target on time and like get my my pregame snacks and stuff like that for the show.
Absolutely. No, a friend of mine thinks we're going to end up leaving tomorrow.
Oh, I'm ready to go.
I'm getting to that point too. Like I started packing today. I
Mhm.
never did it that early. But so we're gonna hit the card, and that's awesome about you changing your flight. I meant to ask you about that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll finish the night one stuff with the ones that we know are for sure on
Okay.
one. And there's about 6 matches right now. I know 2 are gonna be added, so probably out there, you and I will just give those picks out there. And I'll just go with the ones that are subject to night 1 or 2.
I got it. Where are you seeing what days shows are? Is it on WWE? Like they just
Oh,
put?
I'm on Wikipedia.
Okay.
They're usually the first ones to report all that stuff. So they have only 2 matches booked for night 2 and 3 for night 1.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do is we'll just go through the first 6 that are not placed yet, and then I'll close it out with the night ones, and I'll close it out with the night 2s. Does that
There
work
we
for you?
go. I'm good.
Okay, first match. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
This is gonna be really, really good. I mean, I a few times, AJ's been on the WrestleMania card, and I've been like, this is gonna be match of the night. They're gonna go balls to the walls. I mean, I remember the Shane McMahon match. I just thought was gonna be spectacular, but
It
Logan
won't be
Paul
good.
is somebody that I understand. I don't, because I can't tell you the truth. I think I know who this guy is, but I know nothing about him. But I know one thing, that like when he gets in a wrestling ring, he's freaking good.
Yeah.
And like I am a big fan of his. I really thought he was gonna beat Roman just for like the mainstream news that it would get around the world when they fought at
Saudi.
that Saudi Arabia show,
Yeah.
whatever it was. I was like, I think he's going to do it. And as I was watching, I believed myself that I thought he was going to win. But
Oh,
I think at WrestleMania, I think AJ's going to get the win. For the one reason is I think at WrestleMania, at least with the old school thinking at WWE, they kind of like tip the hat to the legends, because you never know when somebody's going to get their last one. I
mm.
think they want to have a good match. It's probably going to be like the opening opening match of the night, I would guess.
AJ
And
seems to love that spot.
yeah, and I think that the tip that had to AJ, I don't think I would bet money that he's going to be there next year, but you never know, and that's the reason why I think AJ is going to win it.
Because you got AJ. You actually were changing my thought process during it.
Oh,
I've been saying Logan forever because the whole carrying cross thing it's almost like AJ's gonna lose and like he can come by and say, I told you so. I told you
mm,
so. I think that's setting up their program. I think he's getting involved somehow. So I got Logan Paul right now. I don't feel great about that, and I'm not going to root against AJ. I just can't do it. All right, next match. That was a great analysis, by the way. Okay, U.S. Championship match. LA Knight versus the Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Samoan Werewolf, excuse me.
The long and short of
My
it.
friend John, by the way, has got Logan Paul.
There we go. The long and short of it is this one. I just think Jacob's gonna win it. Mm-hmm. Logan Paul is. I'm sorry. I screwed it up. LA Knight.
Anything, man.
LA Knight. Yeah. Is a guy that was really hot a year ago, and I just see him sort of like cooling off. It doesn't seem like he gets as many segments on shows as he did. It's hard because Jacob Fatu's had some wars with Braun Strowman on SmackDown as of late, and I don't really think that this match is going to go that way. I'm picking Jacob Fatu, but in the back of my mind, like Solo Sikoa, something's going on with him. Like if you remember a month ago, 2 months ago, like Solo came out and laid out Cody on SmackDown, yes. And then we never heard about it again. And then Solo seemed like he was like wanting the United States Championship for himself. Like he was walking to the ring and he was like, there's somebody who deserves the United States title shot, and it's Jacob Fatu. And so, like, is Solo going to get in this match and screw it up? We all thought we were going to get Solo versus Jacob Fatu, but
yeah, me too.
I'm really hoping that Fatu wins this match.
I got Jacob. I can't see it. I think LA Knight, and I hate to use this word, it's probably such an insult to wrestlers. I think he's a transitional champ for this match.
I get that.
And I know that's an insult because I know how good he is. I got Jacob also. I watched a week ago. They released 3 shirts for him in one day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I look at trends like that, and I'm not saying that always correlates to booking. Mm-hmm. But I know he was selling a ton of merch so much in the beginning, they had to keep making new stuff for him. Mm-hmm. I think the way they're teasing the split, I think he wins the belt and kind of kicks out Solo or overtakes him.
Have you seen like scenes videos like of him like being at shows a year ago and he's like the huge LA Knight fan? You like see him?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, he was sitting in the crowd at Rumble last year in Tampa with Zilla, who I think eventually is going to be on the main roster.
Yeah.
We can get that another time. But I got Jacob. I think he's red hot, and I think they know that. And the crowd's behind him. They've popped big when he's kind of back talk Solo.
Yeah.
In those segments. But you never know. I've always wondered. I'd love to ask Bully Ray, man, can they have a booking plan for a match and then all of a sudden they see crowd reactions and make a last minute change?
That's it.
I'm sure they do. I did it with Daniel Bryan. But okay. Nope, we can't do the tag match yet because that's we gotta wait for the gauntlet winner. So we'll do that one in Vegas. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Hell of a storyline. I got Jade. I'm just gonna say Jade right now. I love you, Jade.
I got Jade too. I think this is like not as bad as last year, but I think it's Jade Mania. The ending of this match that I hope to happen is that like Jade is like putting a submission lock on Naomi so bad that Naomi has to cry out like it was Bianca's idea. Like, you stop. And that kind of points the finger. And then not to jump ahead too far, but I think Bianca's going to be champion. And then that's kind of going to put Jade into the championship picture with Bianca down the road.
I mean, that could be a great post-WrestleMania storyline because we've always complained that things really slow down after Mania and then heat up, a couple weeks before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see that. And I think, yeah, that's a great one. I still got Jade. I think Naomi's just the, I hate to use this word, stopgap between her and the Bianca feud.
Yeah. But I think the segment that they had where Naomi was crying and said that it was true and Bianca was like acting like she stabbed her in the back. I mean, that's some great TV from WWE. That's some of the best TV they've done in a long time.
They've done a great job selling that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see a little long-term storytelling, and Jade did a great job of selling it in her absence. Mm-hmm. She went radio silent. Like you can tell, she's learned a lot from Mark Henry.
Yeah,
and from training her. Okay, love it. Okay, this match, I'm not gonna lie, is one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. How can I forget him? We foreshadowed this match the last time. This match can go obviously 50 different ways. What are you thinking right now? My friend John's got Penta.
I think the title's going to get wrapped up in the Judgment Day. I really want to see Dominic win this match. I think that will help out my boy Finn Balor to sort of like, you know, show his dominance in the Judgment Day, or just stab Dominic in the back and just turn babyface. I really thought that was going to be the outcome, but then when they were in the back talking about the match and like Finn was kind of running down Dom to his face, that didn't scream out, "I'm going to be a babyface sooner than later." So that kind of confused me. Like when he was kind of saying like, you're not a winner. You can't win the big one. People think that I don't know. He was calling him a loser. Can't remember word for word what he said, but I worry about that. But after Braun Breaker hitting Carlito with that spear, not put the championship on him. And I'm going to jump ahead on you again.
Go for it. Go for it.
Braun Breaker, let's say he loses this match. It's not the end of the world. He doesn't even have to be the guy who takes the pin, but he's not Intercontinental Champion again. But I think Jey Uso is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship match. Braun Breaker has beat Jey Uso before. Yeah. That's really easy to plug him into being a world championship contender.
Oh, that's true. And Braun is that monster that's perfect for Jey.
Yeah.
Because Jey does really well in that role.
Mm-hmm.
At least the last couple of weeks, that's for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's Dominic. They're going to screw over Finn.
Yeah.
Or in some way. And then on Raw, they're just going to attack him or something. And I know I'm looking ahead. I thought Penta for the longest time, because I said, my God, at WrestleMania with his gimmick and in Vegas with that look, I said that would be. But I don't think they want to push it right away there. I think it's Dom's time.
If we're talking Judgment Day and Dom's going to win this match, more than likely somebody helps him and becomes the new member of Judgment Day. Ooh. Who's out there? I mean, who's really out there that could join that team? I can't really think of anybody like on the fringe, anybody from NXT who gets a call up.
Obafemi?
I'm not sure, man.
He's such a singles monster. How do you put him there?
Yeah, I can't really think of who fits that crew.
No, it's simple. R-Truth.
No,
R-Truth. I couldn't. Sorry, man. Rey Mysterio. Nah, I think Dom's not going babyface for a while.
Oh,
he's in this role, and Liv is him, and they have the chemistry they have is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Even better than his chemistry was with Rhea, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's Dom, because I think the way Dom was even saying, "Well, I want this guy, and this guy needs to be in," he was kind of overstepping his boundaries in a way there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's Dom, but I could be wrong. Dom doesn't need the belt. Oh, Phoenix, my friend Ray Phoenix. Yeah, if he's a surprise entrance, but I just Dom doesn't need a belt to be over as a heel.
I think he needs
he's above the title at this point.
I think he needs something to where you actually think of him as a wrestler and not just a guy who's out there who gets booed, whether if he's the manager of the match or doing outside interference. He got into this business to wrestle. Let's stay and freaking wrestle.
Yeah, I like that, man. So what was your pick there, final? It was Dom, right?
Yeah, Dom's my guy.
Okay, I got it too. All right. This is getting good. Okay, this is a big one. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Can you break this down for me real fast? Like,
sure.
Rey Mysterio has been in the wrestling business his whole life. I don't know how old he is, but let's say he's got 30 years in the business. I think that's pretty fair.
Rey's early 50s, yeah.
Rey's father was in the business. A lot of people in his family were in the business. Does he think that it's real? Like he didn't go in there asking for a match against Chad Gable. Like is he really like falling for this gimmick?
I mean, Rey has got such seniority there. He wouldn't take a match if it didn't make sense to him.
But I mean, like when he
Especially
went,
in the city you live in. Like in this...
when he went into the general manager's locker room and he asked for the match, he didn't ask for a match against Chad Gable, and he was talking about how this guy has been like going after his heritage and the wrestling history. It was like, I don't think he knows that this is Chad Gable. I think that he really believes that it's
I mean, they're doing a good job of it.
yeah.
I mean, Chad is great in this role.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much he can do as far as his entrance. Or I wish they had announced this match earlier, because the promos they did with him going to Mexico and that stuff were great. I just think they gave it away too much by him teaming up with Otis and whoever it was the other night. What was the point? You're supposed to separate the two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they did a good job, I think, in that Europe episode where Chad Gable's doing an interview and the Grande Americano walked by him. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? Like, that was good. They already ruined that part. But I think it's going to be a good match, man, because Gable is so good in the ring.
I really think it's a thing where, like,
I think Ray always wanted to wrestle him in general.
Yeah, it's don't believe everything you read, don't believe everything you hear. Don't give your immediate thoughts all of the time on everything. Let stuff play out. Because I remember when Gable couldn't get the wins, and then he came on Raw and he said that he had to leave for a little bit. He was going to go look into the dark arts, and people thought that he was going to go wrestle for AAA, and that didn't happen. And then people were jumping the gun saying that WWE had a deal and it didn't work out. And now look where we are. Everything makes sense. Him taking those 3 weeks off. And you just got to let them do their thing, and it's fun.
I couldn't agree more. I remember when the first may rest in peace Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse came out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody bashed it the day after. That's what wrestling fans do.
Yeah,
I remember saying, "All right, it's Bray Wyatt. He's a creative genius, and you could tell whether you like that segment or not that segment they put some money into."
Mm-hmm.
Time. And it ended up being gold. Like it always is with Bray.
Yeah.
So that's why I always say, give it time. Wrestling fans are the worst at that. And I'm not trying to knock them, but it's true. All right. We're going to close out now with the 3 huge matches of night 1. I'm sure the matches you've been given. Tiffany Stratton, the champion, defends her title against the queen, Charlotte Flair. This match, I thought I knew what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after this past Friday, I don't know.
This has to be a fight. It doesn't have to be a wrestling match anymore.
Good.
You've got basically Tiffany saying that Charlotte has struck out on life. She's 0 for 3. I'll that line hit me hard at home. I was like, whoa, I want to get in the ring with her right now. And then Charlotte kind of left with not really knowing what to say and saying that Kaiser was in her DMs. I mean, I don't want to see flips. I don't want to see rest holds. I don't want to see lockups. These guys these girls got to be swinging. They got to be pulling hair, rolling around on the ground. This is a cat fight now.
You have to go with that now. I don't know how much I believe that they went off script. That's why I don't play into that, because who knows what WWE's feeding out or wanting you to think.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Tiffany Stratton has been there on the main roster, a year, 25 years old. I don't think she's the type that'll be like, I'm just going to say whatever I want.
No, not at all.
There's probably one hand of people that can do that.
These 2 girls, you see them training with each other and stuff like that. Like they have some sort of relationship in the back. They're not going to throw it all the way because of one promo leading to WrestleMania. I'm sure that everything was kind of talked about and said, like, you go here, you go there. Maybe they got lost and
that happened with Paige and Charlotte too.
But but to me,
and who knows? I'm sorry, maybe. I think Ric Flair
match they're gonna be fighting,
because I remember when her and Paige had that, and they said, "Oh, Paige went off script," and Ric Flair basically said, "Maybe she did or didn't, but for all you know, Charlotte was told this is going to be said, and she didn't have the stroke to say hell no."
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, Vince is a little more cutting edge than Triple H in that way.
Mhm.
Vince is kind of crazy like that. So I don't know. But anyway, I got who do you got in that match, man? Gave a great analysis.
It's hard to pick against my girl Charlotte. I love that girl. I think she's one of the best girls they got. But I think Tiffany is the future, and I think they're trying to make her a star. They don't want to push somebody up for them to fall down and be in that long list of people that came out of NXT, and then they had a storyline, and then once that first storyline stops, they don't really have anything. It's hard to get them running again. So I think Tiffany's winning this match.
Yeah, I got that too. And remember, anyone who watches this, we're doing this without knowing the match order. How many times are you at a show and you see a match at whatever point of the show and you go, okay, now we can tell who's going to win this match.
Yeah,
we're doing this off the cuff there. I got Tiffany. I'm sure I can do some crazy entrance with her, like with a watch. I don't know why I'm thinking that. So I think it's Tiffany's time. No pun intended. I love Charlotte. She's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
In the female division. I remember reading the excerpt that she had signed. Ric Flair's daughter, personal trainer, is going to give it a shot, and look what she evolved to. I think it's going to be a really good match, though. It's like, I don't know, it's like early Charlotte versus current Charlotte. It's just so cool, like how similar they are.
That's it.
You don't get a chance to usually see a match like this. Now that I think about it, the younger version of the older version.
That makes sense. Yeah, Charlotte was bringing that up in their like face to face thing when they were on two different cameras, like they going back and forth at each other.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Tiffany because I love Tiffany. All right, the match that got ripped for a while, and then people who just couldn't let it cook now are eating their words. Champion Gunther versus Jey Uso.
That's it. I was scared. I was scared for a little bit. I thought that Gunther was just gonna run him over. That promo for somebody that really thought that Uso was gonna win brought me back, and I was like, okay, all right, we got this on track. Like, let's just go. I don't understand why Jey Uso didn't have matches against Gunther. I'm sorry, not Gunther, Kaiser. Like, that would have made sense. Have matches against somebody on the roster that's a former world heavyweight champion. I just think he got cooled off by Austin Theory, by Grayson Waller. You just not putting him against A-list talent. He's just not going to look like an A-list star. And by him looking that guy in the face and just being like, I was scared of you, and that's why I couldn't. I'm not scared of you no more. And then you see Gunther's face like, oh, I lost it. It's almost like you can tell it's like on the playground in third grade, you're getting bullied, and you just roll back and you just pop that bully in the face, and you find out he's not as big as you thought he was.
It was the first time we've seen Gunther before a match start to crack a little.
Yeah.
He's always the stoic, just gets in your head. He's the monster.
Yeah.
And then maybe in a match you might get like Sami. I mean, this is very similar to the Sami Zayn situation last year. In a different way, but it's very similar. But Gunther's shaking his head like that. We've never seen that.
Yeah.
And Uso's promo was fantastic the other night.
That's probably one of the best promos he's ever done.
Travis Scott at some point. Let's see. All right, man. I love it. So I got Jey Uso. I can't see him.
Easy money.
I think Gunther is like the guy who carries the title all year now and loses at Mania. He needs a Mania win next year.
Holding that title up.
Yeah, the place is going to go nuts. Live after party, Jey Uso. Okay. Now, night one main event. This build-up has been, in my personal opinion, phenomenal. Wow. You called this early on, so I got to give you all the credit. You say we had our match one main event. Seth Rollins, the Visionary, versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in his corner versus our tribal chief.
There we go.
Roman Reigns. Take all the time you need. Give me every scenario because there's a lot to unpack in this match.
The one thing I thought was like Seth is gonna win and walk out with Paul Heyman. They kind of tipped their hand at that on
My
Raw.
friend just said the same thing.
Rollins saying that Heyman owes him a favor now. So I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's not going to happen anymore. Like they pretty much told us that it was going to happen. So, I mean, they're not going to do it now. Everybody hates everybody. Everybody's going to kill everybody. I don't really know. And they never really gave us what I thought they were going to. And at the end of the day, I'm okay with it. I don't know why they're fighting other than they don't like each other. I thought they were going to make this like a number one contenders match, and it's not. So that's not tipping the scales. This is a hard one to pick. This is like 3 of their 5 biggest stars in the company.
Yep.
And you don't really know where anybody's going. You don't know where. Well, I would think that Punk and Rollins are going to be on Raw and be on the next pay-per-view. Roman, you don't know if he's going to take another vacay after Mania and just show up when they need him. So it's hard to pick him, but we got a good match. That's all I know, and there's a lot of drama. So I think we're the best winners of this match. I think that we're going to get a damn good show.
Great. I don't bet against Roman Reigns.
Oh, there we go.
My guy. So I'd rather lose picking Roman than win picking against him, if that makes sense at all. I think Seth has to have something crazy like a Paul Heyman or him side with The Rock or something like that. Because they did a little tell when he gave Punk the curb stomp and helped Cena win.
There you go.
And he was already eliminated from that match.
Mm-hmm.
You just because Punk and Roman in itself is a night 2 main event you're thrilled about.
Yeah.
So to put Seth in this match, as much as he deserves to be in it, there has to be a major part for him, not just, oh, you're a workhorse, you deserve to be here. And who knows? Maybe he was slated to wrestle Bronson Reed, and Bronson's injury changed everything.
Yeah, I get that too.
We don't know, but I don't know about the Paul Heyman thing with him. That's why I'm picking Roman. I'm going to predict right now that I saw Living Colors doing a free concert on Fremont Street.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to imagine they're going to be at Allegiant Stadium doing Cult of Personality for CM Punk.
That makes sense too.
I'm calling that right now. That'll be cool to hear live. So I got Roman. I understand it makes more sense for the other two, but I'm biased. And
I'll tell you the truth. I like all 3 of these guys. Some guys I like more than the other. It's hard for me, but I think I'm going to pick Rollins just because that was the guy that I was going with.
Mm-hmm.
One way or another, 2 of these 3 guys are going to main event night 1 of SummerSlam. One way or another, it's going to be. I didn't know how much I wanted to see it until the Rumble this year, but I want to see Seth versus Roman again. I would love to see Roman versus Punk. I somewhere in there.
That story goes away.
Yeah, these guys are still going to hate each other after this one way or another. It just matters if it will. Let's say if I get my wish and it's Punk versus Roman at SummerSlam, does Heyman just go back and just work for Roman Reigns again? Because he already cashed in the favor. I don't know. That part doesn't make sense to me. So maybe Heyman has to turn on Punk. Maybe he has to. I'm not sure.
It could be. I, for the longest time, didn't understand the Paul Heyman aspect because I was like, these 3 are such stars. Like you said, 3 of the top 5. They don't need a Paul Heyman part.
Yeah.
But it has added such a great layer to the match. And credit to those guys because that contract signing in London was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The other night was fantastic. So it got me. I mean, I was already excited for that match. It took it to another level.
You see Heyman on the outside of Roman Reigns matches. He kind of just is there. He kind of cheers for him. You don't really hear him like
he does for Brock.
Yeah, you don't really see him like shouting out like grab the ropes or punch him in the balls or he's not giving him advice on what's going down there. So like I was trying to break down what does Heyman work for Roman Reigns? Like, does Roman Reigns cut him a check?
He's the wise man.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
what?
because who was it? Was it Seth Rollins said, "You're nothing but the guy who books Roman's jets and makes
Yeah,
sure." I was like, "Damn."
just like his
I
like
thought that was Sami
Cena.
Zayn's job a while ago, but that's okay.
Mhm.
But I'm just kidding. But who knows? Seth did such a good job in that promo, didn't they?
Mhm.
And I understand they're pros and you expect it, but gotta give credit where credit's due.
That's it.
Um, they have added just as much intrigue to that match as Cody Cena.
I think they're fighting like that. They're trying to get people to care about that match more than Cena versus Cody. And I think
Isn't
having
that
this
great?
week as well as having next week with no Cena. I heard Cena's gonna be on SmackDown right before
Yes,
WrestleMania.
yes.
But I mean, it's I mean, as long as they can have another promo or something on Monday, I think they're gonna be fine. I know the Roman's gonna be on Raw next week.
Oh, good, good. Is Stevie Breech going to be on Raw?
No, as of right now, no.
Okay.
I in
I'm
the
just
other
messing with you,
day,
but
and I'm not a snob. It's not like I won't sit in the 200s of Golden One. At least when I go to basketball games, there's not a bad seat in that place. But
that place. Sorry, off topic, and I'm sorry. That arena is gorgeous.
it's really, really cool.
Yeah,
And I thought we'd never have anything like that. To
yeah,
go from Arca Arena, the dump, to this place,
yeah,
magical.
yeah.
But I looked again the other day. I looked on Ticketmaster. I didn't look at any secondhand sites, but to sit in the hundreds was $300. And to me, Raw,
Las Vegas.
SmackDown, I don't think it's worth that much.
Don't blame you.
I can stay at home. I can watch it on Netflix. It's not like we have traffic, but I mean, like, I don't have to be out there in the traffic. I don't have to drive home after anything like that. I'll be good.
No, and
I'll
you're
be
going to be inundated with wrestling once you get to Vegas. So it's like, what's one more night? Like,
It's it.
that's why I'm like, I'm not doing any wrestling shows that Wednesday there. I'm like, I'll see enough after that.
There we go.
But so I got Roman. We went through that. I'm gonna go through the last two title matches that we have announced. You did a great job segueing earlier. Io Sky, the champion, takes on Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. These three ladies, in my opinion, done a good job building
They
this
have.
matchup. Who do you got?
I just think it's gonna be Bianca. Um, I really hope that this is like an honest three-way and there's no outside interference. It just needs to be these three girls. Um, I just think Bianca needs to come on top because I think that's where the women's division storyline goes from there. I always feel bad because it's like when Rhea is in the title picture, they use her, and then like when she's not, she just like for a while like she won't have Judgment Day to fall on, but it seemed like she just was in the Judgment Day segments just around. It's like they don't want to use
She's had
her
trouble staying healthy too.
against non-top talent women because I mean, like you just look at them and you're like, she's gonna squash her. So I just hope that she finds some place to be.
Yeah, Io's. When I saw that, I said, "Io, really?" And she's done a great job too. I think it's Bianca. I don't love saying that. Rhea had a WrestleMania moment last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. I'm not saying they book well. You had this year, so now it's her turn. Bianca just did a six-person last year. I think they're really going to a dark side of Bianca. I could be wrong. I've been wrong every time.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
I would like to see that. Her and Jade will sell tickets.
Mm.
I think that's for sure. So yeah, I think it's Bianca just for that. Okay, so now the match you've been waiting for. The first day we ever did a live stream, you and I together. We talked about the possibility of a certain someone actually going heel.
There we go.
You and I got as close to it without predicting it as anybody else out there. Champion Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, takes on John Cena in the main event of night 2.
That this is why we're going. I mean, this is I mean, we already bought the tickets. We already bought our plane tickets, whatever it is. But I mean, like this is the reason why when people are like, "You're going to WrestleMania?" They were like, yeah, we're going to WrestleMania. We're going to see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This is going to be a fun match. These are two guys that know how to work the ring, know how to work a match. I really believe that Cody knows how to work a main event. They're going to give us everything. I don't want to fall on like WrestleMania main events have to be outside interferences. But I mean, like, that like they're gonna bring the bells and whistles.
Oh yeah.
We haven't seen them in a long time, but The Rock's gonna be there. Travis Scott's gonna be there.
Austin's in town.
What is Cody bringing in his arsenal? Is it gonna be Stone Cold Steve Austin? I mean, some weird way deep down, every single person's wondering if Goldust is gonna show up. It's just going to be fun to see what they do.
Okay, great analysis. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I need a prediction. Unless you want to save it for next week, we can do that. We can do a cliffhanger. If you're not ready to make a pick, I'm not going to force it out of you.
Cena wins. If I could walk up when I check into the Westgate, walk right to the Westgate Sportsbook and be like, John Cena for the win. I'm not the biggest bettor in the world, but I'd put 100 on it. I'm
sure he's the betting. I got Cena too, and I'm as big a Cody Rhodes fan as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Cena doesn't go heel. I don't care if it's the 10 months left to not win the Mania.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I know the dates are out there. I know that they tweeted them out and like put like little picture like when John Cena is gonna be where. I don't know when it is, but off the top of my head, I hope he wins this match. Maybe we see him on Raw, but then we don't see him again for a long time. Yeah. And like we have to find a way to bring him back, bring back Jack Tunney from the dead, and be like, hey, if you don't, defend
30-day rule. 30. That's not going to really work for him after Roman all that time. But yeah, I think they're going to do that where he walks away, and then the people, because there's so much talent, they battle it out for a chance to compete against him. Mm-hmm. That's why it's interesting, because usually they set this stuff up because post WrestleMania they have the Europe tour.
Oh yeah,
and they would have the Fallout, and that main event is like they already did the Europe stuff. Which is weird going into Mania. I got Cena. As much as I want to pick Cody, it doesn't make sense for Cena not to win.
No, I get that.
I just do it right. That's all I'm saying. Do it right. I have confidence they will.
Winner.
Winner. We all win. Cody's had a fantastic year as champ. Business has never been better.
Cody's getting bloody. He could be having red hair.
He's not afraid to show some color.
The champ is here.
I mean, especially in Las Vegas, he's not afraid to show some color.
That's it.
After his match at Double or Nothing. But all right, so we covered all the matches.
I got one more for you. One more.
Please.
I gotta know. People are talking about it. I heard it on 2 different podcasts this morning. What are they gonna do with Orton? There's no way.
Something I forgot to do. I was gonna say let's predict. Who
does Orton have a talk show like segment and get to hit an RKO on everybody who doesn't have a match? Does the one thing that was wild? They were like, well, he's gonna have a match against Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis has never had a WWE match. It's been a long time since he wrestled in the NWA. I think it's been a long time since he was Magnus in TNA. I don't know if he does indies or if he's just retired. But I mean, like, I think that's a stretch. Could he do it? Yes. Do I think people will care? No. So if he's gonna have a match, he's gotta have a match against somebody. There's gotta be somebody out there who wants to have a match at Mania.
Yeah, I think that could be the surprise for Aleister Black to make his return.
There you go.
Rusev and Aleister Black is just a matter of not if, but when they're debuting. Again, I mean, that gives Aleister Black the entrance he deserves. So there's so much they can do there.
Yeah, I mean,
Sikoa technically doesn't have a match.
And you got Miz, you got R-Truth. Miz is a 2-time champion. No Mania match, doing a lot of press stuff all week long. You don't see him like crying or whining. Like he's just doing what needs to get done.
Well, has Priest and McIntyre been announced?
Not that I know of, but that's because they're heavily
Wikipedia has it right away.
eyes shot, and he's wearing the pirate patch and all that.
Yeah. I think Aleister Black Orton would look great.
That'd be fun.
As a surprise. Him come out, demand the match, get that. That's a great opportunity to shoot something you weren't planning on. Take lemons, make lemonade. Like
There you go.
You can do a cool return, like you did with the Hardys years ago.
Oh
We
yeah.
heard those rumors all the time.
We all thought New Day was. I mean, we all heard the rumors that like they were coming back. They were coming back. They were already in the town. They did the Ring of Honor show the night before,
and they did a WrestleCon show. They did everything.
But when the New Day came out, they didn't think they were bringing the Hardys out. They thought they were putting themselves in the match. That made sense. How did the New Day not have a match?
Well, they were the host of WrestleMania.
It doesn't matter who the
they
host
got a payday. That's what Orton wants, his payday. I mean, I'm sure he's Randy Orton. He's still going to get paid, but he wants a Mania match.
Yeah. I mean that
who knows how long ago we knew about Owens' entry? Just because they announced it Friday.
I thought he was dead at the Rumble. I don't know how he did whatever he did at Elimination Chamber against Sami Zayn, but I thought that ending of the match at the Rumble was screwed up. I thought that why was Sami out there? Why did Cody keep like climbing the ladder so slow, keep looking back? Like I thought right there that something really happened to Owens, and maybe Owens something was wrong, but he wanted to have that match against Sami because you never know what's going to happen, and maybe that's his last match, and maybe he would risk it to do one more match with Sami because that's the way to end it.
I mean, I think in his mind, if he did have his last match, to have it in Canada, it's all they could ask for.
I listened to.
They were in high school. They were in high school or whatever, 18, 19, when Hogan and Rock were there.
There you go.
That's like the pinnacle. That's their Madison Square Garden.
I listened to an interview he did. They did the interview before he even announced on SmackDown that he was hurt, because they talk about that the news getting out during it. But it's with My Mom's Basement, Robbie from Barstool. It's a really, really good interview. You can tell that Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen, Kevin, whatever you want to call him, is like friends with Robbie, gets along with him, and wanted to give him a really, really good interview. And they hit on a lot of stuff. And he was saying that he thinks that he's going to be back in like 9 to 12 months. And like, I hope the best for him. I mean, Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen has done a lot for this wrestling business, and I hope that he's got a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, people forget he's 41. If his career ends today, and God, I hope it doesn't, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, easy.
Without a doubt. I'll throw one out to you because WWE is very good at throwing out stuff to make us think one thing and it's really another. If that music hits, Randy Orton's in the ring and Brock Lesnar's music hit.
That news that came out that Brock just told some random fan,
and they win with it. And they win with
Brock don't talk to no random fans. Like Brock don't even.
But if he said that, it's not like, yo, buddy, don't tell anybody I'm retired. Like, yo.
Yeah,
it was a random fan who posted that, and like it went nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock has that kind of appeal, but it's like, I mean, that would go crazy.
Yeah.
And then remember, they have a backstory with the SummerSlam match that went wrong.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Brock was like, I'll guy for one night to just, return the favor.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just throwing it out. I like the Aleister Black. I think they're saving him for Raw, him and Rusev, night after. But I'd love that Brock. It all depends on when Orton comes out in the card. We don't know if he's night 1. We don't know if he's night 2. He hasn't said he's going to be there still.
I thought that.
Nick Aldis is like, you're suspended from WrestleMania because you RKO'd me.
That's it.
Yeah, so And I'm overthinking it there. I have a habit of that.
Mhm.
But we're getting closer, brother.
I'm ready.
I'm
I
glad you got
am
your
literally
flights changed.
bag there, one bag there. I need to put two things into my travel bag, and I'm good to go.
Well, I'm about 80, 70% there. I'm sure yeah, I don't want to overthink it, but I'm sure I'm there. But we're gonna have to meet up out there, that's for sure.
Hunkamania.
Hunkamania, that's right, Thursday night. If anyone's watching this, no, we're not the hunks at Hunkamania, but
I wish we
I
were.
know, but Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth are doing a comedy show at the Nerd Bar, Las Vegas, midnight Vegas time. And who knows when it'll start? Because who knows when Nick gets out of the TNA? I'd imagine it's done by then.
Well, the doors open at 11. It starts at 12. I'll tell you the truth. I don't see the other side of 9 o'clock that often. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, no, we're gonna If you see Steve in Vegas, hand him a monster. He'll
He's
be
not ready to roll. That's why that is honestly why I'm going to Target almost as soon as I get checked in.
Smart.
I want to have those on hand because I know it's going to be long days, long nights, and
Oh,
ready to roll.
I'm already like mentally preparing for that stuff in a good way. But like you, man, that's great advice, and I highly recommend if you're watching this, go to Steve's channel, check out his WrestleMania tips, his advice, because I'll usually get a couple things for the room, like a couple waters, whatever.
Mhm.
This time I'm like, no, stock up. Because I mean, Vegas can add up if you're there on a budget, and I would imagine most people are.
Mhm.
Just grabbing a monster or a Celsius or a soda at the casino every time. You're looking at $4 or $5
Yeah.
every time, and you're like, all right, whatever, it's Vegas, but you're gonna need a lot of stuff to keep you fueled that weekend.
Mhm.
It's gonna add up real quick, and then you might need your cash for other things or whatever. So I recommend if you have time, go to Walgreens, go to Target, stock up that room.
Yeah, the ABC stores, I think they're called. When you see those, they don't have like huge markups. Beware of places like in the casino that don't have price tags because they use the same dynamic pricing that Ticketmaster does.
I
And
know that's true.
you go in there one day, a monster's $3. You go on another day, it's 9.
There's a Walgreens on the strip. There's a CVS. There's a Target on the strip. It's the
CVS is
same there.
across from the Bellagio fountains. The
Yes.
Target is next to MGM. That's probably the closest thing. Um, really, really easy to get
Yeah,
to.
Walgreens are. There's one I think even across from that Target.
I got you.
By
One of
by
the
T-Mobile.
things that I did for my tips and tricks video, I bought my monorail pass.
Mm,
If you just look up Las Vegas monorail, the monorail, if you don't know, runs from the north end of the strip, from basically the West Gate, where the
mhm,
convention center is, where WWE World is, where WrestleCon is going to be at the West Gate. It stops on the back side of like every hotel along the strip, all the way down to the
mhm.
MGM Grand. If you want to, tickets are $5.50 each trip, or you can buy I bought a 7-day pass for like $50. I
Okay.
bet I'm going to use it every day. Um, and it goes into your Apple Wallet, or I don't know what it's called on an Android, and it doesn't start until the first time you scan it. So you
Yeah.
buy it now and not have to worry about it, and you can use the monorail. You can't use it from the airport because you have to get from the airport to the MGM. But I mean, like, you can use it the first day. I plan on riding it all the way down to when I go to Target that night.
Yeah. No, that's great advice. Because it's not. I'll never say not to do Uber because Lord knows I'll be doing it there.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's. Oh, my friend John has a question for you.
go for it.
Is
Oh, of
Stevie
course.
vlogging the trip?
It's gonna be scary. I haven't really done it in a long time, and I thought I was really gonna rely on my friends who aren't gonna be with me. But yeah,
You got me. You got
I'm
me.
gonna shoot it.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna shoot it as much as I can, man. I got a new one. It's a DJI something. I don't remember what
Oh,
it
the
was.
Osmo.
Yeah,
You
something
showed
like
it to me
that.
there.
It's
Yeah.
expensive. My girlfriend told me to buy it, so I bought it, and we get to be out there. We could be having fun. She says that my videos when I go to WrestleMania like are all shaky, and she's like, "Oh, it'd be better if you have it on this little thing." And I was like, "Oh, whatever."
My friend, of all the Click members, you're the most.
Thank you very much, John. I really, really appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And my friend John, like, just to give a little backstory, for him to give any compliment about anyone or anything, it's like it's monumental if you've earned one from him. But he's the greatest dude ever, but he doesn't give out compliments like that easily. So those are great tips for Vegas. Yeah, I recommend, because they're getting better at it. I know I've said that. It used to be, man, to get an Uber in Vegas, it was a pain because you had to walk through the back part of the casino all the way to the back parking garage because the cabs had the priority in the front of the hotel.
Oh, I got you.
Now I think they've gotten a little better. But yeah, the monorail is great advice if you're staying on the Strip.
I saw
great way to go to and from Allegiant Stadium.
Oh yeah.
So if you're not familiar with Vegas, anybody, you're looking for pregame spots. I've done a little research. Also, you always have the Mandalay and the Luxor that are right by there, like a half-mile walk, if that. There's also a place that people are doing meetups at right across the street from the stadium called Whiskey Station.
Oh, I read about those.
Yeah, this guy Jay Cation, I'll give him a shout out. He did a great vlog, and he showed that spot. It's right across the street from the stadium, so it's a cool pregame spot because I always look for that type of stuff. If you're not tailgating in the parking lot,
that's it.
That adds so much to Mania if you can just hang out somewhere and then walk to the stadium.
I think.
And I realized today, I'm like, dummy, you need to wear shorts to Mania this year.
Oh, yeah. I was watching somebody's video from Philly last year showing like how cold it was.
It was
in the arena.
The first night was much worse.
Oh man.
Second was fine, like barely felt it. First night was cold. I loved it because I complain about the heat where I live, so I'm not going to complain about cold. But you felt it. I definitely shorts weather. That's why I had to remind myself.
I still have a lot of shock from trying to get into WrestleMania 32 on time. Do you have a plan on what time you think you're showing up to WrestleMania night 1?
That's a great question. Yeah, I'm glad you asked because I think we've talked about this here and there. So, according to Allegiant Stadium, I think I sent you the link for it. They're saying 1:30 doors.
Okay.
And
then 3:30 start.
3:30 start.
Shoot the fireworks and all that jazz. Like
yeah, pregame, probably a pre-show match or something, and then 4:00 I think is they go live. I'd
rather be there than miss anything. So I
agree. I want to walk around. I want to take it all in. Fortunately, I'm staying right by there, so I can hang out there pregame. That's why I'm not doing anything that morning before Mania. I understand it's timed where you can do that stuff like NXT and some of that stuff. I will not be out till 4 a.m. the night before.
No,
I can't do it. Like I'm with some friends who are late night animals, and I've told them like there's going to be times I just got to go to bed. I'm supposed to go to the Janela Spring Break show.
Oh, Friday?
Yeah, Friday night, and then there's after party at the same place where Hunkamania is.
Okay.
After, I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? It's easy to say that now, and then when you're out there, it's a different ballgame. But yeah, I'd like to get there around 12:30, walk around, take it all in, and I don't know. I don't want to sit in the stadium for 2 hours.
That's exactly what I was feeling because I mean, you can't hear the pre-show. I mean, unless you watch it on your phone.
Unless in the concourse, it'll be there. Like when we walked in last year, it was this close to us.
Oh, okay.
Where Wade Barrett and all them were sitting. Yeah, so I was saying maybe that Whiskey Station looks like a cool meetup before. Plenty of places right by the stadium. The Mandalay and the Luxor right there.
Yeah.
When we get off, I'll give you a bunch of places.
I got you.
For the show. What's your plan as far as? I don't want to sit at the hotel and just walk at the last minute. I'm not worried.
I know Saturday. I have to go to WrestleCon. There's I think I meet Ronda Rousey that day. Nice. I'm not 100% sure. I know I have a headliner. Friday is my day that I'm going to try and meet everybody because I really don't have anything else after WrestleCon closes. I don't even really know what I'm doing. I was thinking about going to the graveyard, like the Light Museum of Old School Vegas. I was thinking about going there. It was kind of tempting me a little bit. I'll have to see what the Palms is like when I go there on Thursday for the major podcast show. But
it's going to be a big area for wrestling.
Yeah. So I want to get there as soon as I can, but I thinking about when I went to my first WrestleMania 26 in Phoenix. I didn't have any plans. I didn't know what to expect. I don't know. I showed up to the freaking parking lot when it opened. Like that's how excited I was. I think I waited at the gate to get in for 5 hours, and before I showed up. I
I
don't
have
know.
such a habit of saying I'm going to ease into it and pace myself, and then I end up. Oh, I got 2 hours to kill. Fantastic! Like,
I know that I plan on riding the monorail from my hotel all the way down, and then from the monorail station to walk to Allegiant Stadium is the 35-minute walk. So I know I don't want to wait too long.
Yeah.
I gotta get going.
Yeah. And we'll be in touch that they figure things out. But brother, you got me pumped. I thank you so much for coming on again.
Oh, anytime, man.
This made this come a lot faster, these talks and everything.
There we go.
For me at least. But I thank you. We'll talk after this is over. But everyone, once again, man, if you're watching this, check out. I'm gonna put your channel link in the description. And like you said, you gave great Vegas tips, a lot more than we even went through here. So anything you want to add? Anything you want to say if we don't do this before the show?
I don't know how I would afford to live there that long, but I would get on that flight tomorrow. Like I am ready. That's the only way to put it.
Isn't that when they've done their job though?
That's it.
Yeah, I'm like that too. Like it hit me today. I'm like, all right, man, I'm excited. I mean, WWE's done a great job, like getting you pumped up for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we still have a lot left. I think SmackDown's gonna be big tomorrow.
I hope. I know. I'm guessing you were gonna figure out the tag titles for the women. I think that these Chelsea Green and Valkyrie's. No, she's gonna be. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that Bailey might attack her or something. Bailey's been losing a lot.
I missed the Battle Royal.
But I mean, like, I think that the mid-card women's championships is what we need to figure out.
Yeah. We're going to have a tag title match, but the other stuff, is that just a TV thing?
That's why I was thinking maybe they'd actually use the pre-show. But
there's got 2 or 3 matches unannounced yet. So who knows what direction they're going. I think Solo is going to be involved somehow.
Yeah. Oh, here's one thing. I don't know, because if it gets spoiled, it's my own fault because I use Twitter way too much. But I don't want to see the stage. No more stuff at the stage. I mean, like the stuff I saw wasn't much. I saw them like building something, but I don't want to see no more. I don't want to see no more. I want to walk in and see it. I think WrestleMania 29.
They always do a big reveal the night before.
Yeah. I think WrestleMania 29 was the first one that I can remember where they showed it before it happened. They just put a YouTube video up to get the YouTube clips. I want to walk in and see it.
I'm the same way. Oh, speaking of that, Denise Salcedo from Busted Open, I should have tagged you in it. She put up a cool, she's got a cool thread going of stuff around Las Vegas. And apparently at the Vegas airport, and she gave the terminal, I don't know where. I'll send it to you. But anyway, they have the sign.
Oh,
the sign like they do it Raw.
I haven't planted the sign in so damn long. I'll do that.
I'll send you the information. But she did a cool thing, man. I'm gonna put her over, man. The free events, the stuff going on, the stuff like Caesar's Palace, whatever they're doing for it. All these hotels that maybe have nothing you don't think are involved WrestleMania are doing something wrestling related. It's a collaborative effort with the town, which I think is really cool. It's not just the Fountain Blue.
I haven't looked it up because
even the chapel. I'm sorry, even the chapel. Is doing like a $900 wrestling wedding.
There you go.
And they have like a wrestling theme. I saw that. I said, no way.
I haven't looked it up because I have a Mania ticket. I know that there's like the WrestleCon has a WrestleMania watch party you can do, but I mean like
in the Circa Las Vegas at the
that's where I was going. The pool, right? The stadium pool. Like I don't know, but I mean if you don't have tickets and you don't think you're gonna get them, that's the place that I would look into. That place is really freaking cool
Yeah.
to be like, legs in the pool, watching freaking WrestleMania on the jumbo super screen.
Oh.
If you don't know what it is,
Does it get better?
look it up. Stadium Swim, circa. It's up on the rooftop. It's like as big as like a stadium.
You could fly in for that week, not do WrestleMania, and have the best time if you just do all like the stuff leading up to it and go to that.
That's it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of wrestling stuff going on there because I know they're running shuttle services to Legion Stadium. Busted Open is running events there. Chris Van Vliet show. I mean, that's a great call on that one. I think we got it, man. Anything else, man? You want to add?
Oh,
I cut you off there. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm ready, man. You got me pumped, man. But hey, Stevie, I'm gonna say thank you, but it's not thank you for coming on. It's till next time.
That's it, man.
That's
I'm
for
ready.
sure, man. I'm ready because we'll talk, and if we can, we'll try to do a quick one like this in Vegas. If not, this is the go home show for us. But you never know. If I say do a run in, man. But hey, thank you so much again. Thank you, everyone. Check out Steve's stuff on the Vegas Tips, his breakdown of the matches. He does a great job on YouTube. And you know what? If you want to get pumped for WrestleMania, go watch his old vlogs. That'll get you pumped, man. So once again, thank you, everyone. After the show, if you have any questions for me or Steve, drop them in the comments, and we'll get back to you. Anything else, buddy?
All good.
Well, good. Thank you, man.